Hello guys and welcome back to our channel Barca Admirers for yet another video compiling all the latest news updates and transfers roundup regarding Barcelona. In this episode, we have several sources that claim that a young former Barca player is finally on his way back to the Camp Nou and is actually eager on being a Blaugrana again. On the other hand, Collado's future seems to be in grave danger while a veteran player is finally offloaded after several weeks along with many more such updates. So make sure to watch this video till the very end without skipping over any part. Now before we begin, a small shout out to OneFootball. If you are a football fan and want to stay updated about the plethora of latest news coming up in the vast world of football, then OneFootball is the best app for you. Be it the latest news updates, transfer rumors or update about club or international football, OneFootball has got it all covered. It is completely free to use and its biggest perk is that it gives you real-time match updates whenever a game is being played out, and whenever there's a major incident in the game, you will be notified by the app. You can select your favorite club and it will suggest you personalized articles. In my case, it's definitely Barcelona. Be it game statistics, current form of your team or individual performances of your players, you get it all. La Liga, Champions League, English Premier League, Serie A, World Cup, Bundesliga, League One, MLS or AFC Champions League, everything you want, it's here. So go ahead, check it out. Link to download the app is given in the description of this video. We start off today's news roundup with the results of the international fixtures played out in the European qualifiers. Spain lost 2-1 to Sweden. Sergio Busquets played 85 minutes and was replaced by Rodri. Garcia and Jordi Alba played the whole game. For the next news update, we have a report by Spanish publication Deporte Cuatro. It states that Fati, the father of Ansu Fati, could not help but get excited when he saw his son's new shirts in the Camp Nou store. He bought several number 10 shirts for the whole family to celebrate his son's special achievement. Speaking in his most recent interview, Bori said that they have had a very tough time over his injury. He cried many times and Ansu cried too. He is very strong however, but they have been very difficult 9 months. He said that Ansu has a winning mentality. Hopefully, the best version of him will return when he steps out on the pitch. He is only 18 years old and they are all very happy for him. Up next, we have a rather interesting report by Mundo Deportivo. It states that in the 2014-2015 season, under the orders of former Barcelona player Philippe Cocu, Memphis Depay and Luuk de Jong scored 54 goals together, out of which the former scored 28 goals and de Jong scored 26 goals, and they won the Eredivisie with PSV Eindhoven. The report further states that Luuk de Jong is what Barca currently miss, a finisher profile that will be useful in the tight games. Reporting on the same issue, Sport claims that with the arrival of Luuk de Jong, Barcelona now have the squad with the most players from the Netherlands since 2003. In the 1999-2000 season, there were 8 Dutch players in the first team. Moving on to the next one. Former Argentina national team player Juan Riquelme has said in his latest interview with ESPN Argentina that Messi will win the Champions League with PSG and then he will return to Barcelona to retire at the club of his life. Moving on to the next news update, Goal reports that for the Barcelona board, the matches against Athletic Club Bilbao and Getafe are not acceptable. They want to see colourful and attractive football. The club have also informed Koeman that Riqui Puig is a bet of the club and that he must have more minutes under him. Next up, we have a report by Spanish publication Cadena Ser. It states that the president of the competition committee has rejected Sevilla's request for the postponement of the game against Barcelona. Araujo, Papu Gomez, Acuna and Montiel are now all set to miss the game due to the South American qualifiers. However, La Liga will try to officially challenge it. The report further states that Barca estimate that they will be able to compete head-to-head in the transfer market in the summer of 2023. However, if the club need it, they will be able to carry out some more operations in January. For the next news update, we have a report by German publication Der Spiegel. It states that Barcelona, Real Madrid and Juventus want to relaunch the European Super League project. Right now, the Super League is working with a company based in London that's dedicated to marketing and public relations, and they are preparing a document titled Paving the Way to the Super League, Strategies for Rebuilding, Restarting and Winning. What they did not mention, of course, was that they would indeed be winning, but in a disgraceful manner. Up next, we have the comments of Oscar Mingueza. In his latest official interview with the club, he said that he is really happy that a boyhood dream has come true and that he has a first team number. He will work hard and give everything to this team so that they can win everything possible. Moving over to the next news update, Mundo Deportivo reports that Austria coach Franco Foda had to justify the fact that he had not given Yusuf Demir a single minute at his press conference yesterday. He said that Demir was not one of the substitutions because he had to modify something for the middle and he is more of a winger. Up next, we have some great news as reported by Spanish publication Diario AS. It states that Gavi will be promoted to the first team directly from the Juvenil A team. Reporting on the situation of yet another youngster, Mundo Deportivo states that Nico Gonzalez will play with Barca B in Tarragona next Sunday. While the first team has got 4 days rest, Ronald Koeman prefers the young players like him to play for the B team more often. Up next, we have the comments of the sporting director of Club Hercules, Carmel Del Pozo. When being questioned about Abde Ezzalzouli, the young player who has signed with Barca recently, he said that Abde is a boy with brutal potential and that he is confident that he will succeed at Barcelona. For the next one, we have the comments of Emerson Royal. He said that he is smart and there came a time when he realized that the people in Barcelona were telling him to go. They were kicking him out, but phrasing it in a very nice way. He said that he thought that the club wanted him to stay. He played on Sunday as a starter and the next day he woke up and went to train quietly. There he already began to see that a lot of things were coming out about him in the press. He said that he indeed knew that he had a contract and could have stayed. However, he did not want to stay at the club that he loves while feeling sad about it. He knew that they wanted him out, so he decided to go. He told himself that he was not going to stay here with sad feelings. Now that's all the news we could collect for you today in the news roundup. Moving on to the transfer section, at number 1, we have an official confirmation that Barcelona and Besiktas have reached an agreement for the loan of the player Miralem Pjanic until 30th June 2022. According to the report of ever-reliable transfer insider Fabrizio Romano, Pjanic has accepted to join Besiktas as he did not want to spend 6 months without playing a single minute on the bench. Spanish journalist Roger Chapeas reports that Miralem Pjanic took a 60% pay cut to make his move happen to Besiktas. They will pay 2.8 million euros net for his salary in this season, which means that Barca will only pay around 0.4 million euros. A great gesture from a model professional. RAC1 reports that right now, Pjanic has landed in Turkey and will undergo his medical test to complete his loan move to Besiktas. Going to the next transfer update, Mundo Deportivo reports that when the deal between Atletico Madrid and Barcelona broke down for João Felix, the club preferred not to spend on the last day and save it for the January transfer window instead. Going over to the next transfer update, reliable journalist Mate Moreto reports that it's true that Barca wanted to sign Dani Olmo. The subject is not closed by any means. Just because the Catalans were unable to sign him this summer does not mean that they won't try again later. Very surprisingly, another trusted journalist Ferran Martinez reports that Dani Olmo accepted Barcelona's 5-year contract without even looking at the conditions. He wants to return to Barca desperately. Now, RB Leipzig, Barca and Olmo will have more time to analyze the conditions of a future transfer. Olmo is also Barca's main target. Up next, Mundo Deportivo reports that Barca will pay 2 million euros for the 17-year-old Emre Demir, who will stay at Kayserispor until he turns 18 years old. Barca plan to announce it officially in the upcoming weeks. Up next, we have some really bad news as journalist Albert Roger reports that if Collado does not leave, he will not be able to play this season. He has not been registered with any Barcelona team. That's all the news we could collect for you today. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon, select all and enable all the YouTube app notifications. We have always been overly impressed by your response to our videos. So in this episode, we have decided to set a target of 550 likes. Please, Coolers, help us reach our target on this episode as well. Now that's all we have for today's episode. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Until then, stay safe. Visca el Barça, Visca el Catalunya.